Could these blue bacteria fix your teeth faster and quicker than dental implants? It may sound odd, but it's scientifically proven. The latest research from institutions like Harvard say yes they can, and shows how these newly discovered bacteria are all you need to fix all your dental issues, from gum bleeding and teeth rotting to bad breath and cavities. No wonder scientists are calling them mouth-renewing molecules. These super efficient blue organisms act by reconstructing your enamel, the outer layer of your teeth, and work their way in to revive the tooth pulp. Each time you chew or swallow, they go deeper into your gums and teeth, cleansing every inch of your mouth while they rejuvenate and ensure all your teeth and gums are 100% healthy, making them 20 times stronger and coating them like a titanium shield against cavities, root infection, and erosion. The best news is, thanks to a simple sweet chew trick, you can use these blue bacteria at home. You'll finally start rebuilding your gums and teeth, stop the bleeding for good, and fill in those nasty pockets. And you forget all about bad breath and yellow teeth. Not only that, but you'll also be able to breathe better, clear your throat and sinuses, and enjoy a perfectly smooth digestion. No matter how hopeless your gums and teeth problems seem right now, you're about to see how this is a cheap, natural, and safe 10-second sweet chew remedy that has brought new hope to more than 170,000 Americans. People like Mary Alberts from Virginia Beach, Virginia.
I've always done everything I could for my teeth. Brushing 3 times a day, using a water flosser, going to the dentist for dental scaling. I even gave up chocolate. I just couldn't understand why my gums kept receding and I kept waking up with cracks in my teeth overnight. Now, I feel like I have a whole new set of teeth and gums. I don't have any pain when I eat ice cream. I've gotten rid of that nasty bad breath. I can't recommend this enough.
Gary Thompson from Henderson, Nevada.
I was convinced this wouldn't work, but my wife kept nagging me to try it, so I did. I still can't believe how well it worked. No more toothaches, no more bleeding, no more infections. My teeth look whiter, and I can crack nuts without fear. This is just the best.
Jeremy C. from Garland, Texas, who says,
I've been suffering from throbbing gums for 3 years, and I had one tooth that was moving. My dentist told me I would need at least 3 implants. I didn't have that kind of money. I was so desperate. I can't even begin to tell you how much pain and money this method saved me. I have better teeth than ever. It feels like a miracle.
Hi, my name is Dr. Oliver Berger. Before we go any further, let's address the elephant in the room. If you're like most of my clients, you probably heard all the promises before and even tried a lot of the so-called solutions out there. Stuff like deep dental cleaning and scaling, antibiotics, filling and root canals, or gum grafts. Maybe you've put your hopes into supplements, vitamins, powders, sprays, or herbal teas. Or maybe you're even thinking about surgery to strengthen your gums or implants. Overly expensive procedures that put you at risk of infections and have no guarantees they will work. Up to 10% of dental implants fail in the first 3 years. I bet deep down you already know these so-called solutions are a never-ending subscription to the dentist chair that leaves you in pain, scared, and broke. This is why I want to be crystal clear that what I'm talking about here is unlike anything you've ever seen or heard before. It's a mouth renewal solution that will remineralize and feed your gums with oxygen, backed by dozens of clinical trials and supported by multiple studies from places like Harvard University, Sao Paulo State University, or the University of Otago, New Zealand, or by reputed publications like the Journal of the American Dental Association and Science Advances. Therefore, before you spend your money on any more professional products or procedures, pay close attention to what I'm about to say. As a doctor for more than 37 years, I've seen firsthand how debilitating gum disease can be, how it can drag you into a pit of despair and embarrassment, and isolate you from your dear ones. So, I'm excited you've chosen to watch this video, because it will transform your smile and your overall health. No matter how long you've been dealing with dental problems, no matter how serious those problems are, your age or medical condition, I truly believe there is a simple solution to gum disease and tooth decay. Once you discover that fixing your teeth has very little to do with your actual gums and teeth, but everything to do with something happening deeper inside your body, I'm convinced your life will change forever, just like it has for so many other Americans. Just imagine, no more inflamed, bleeding, or receding gums that leave ugly gaps in your teeth. No more throbbing pain and bad breath. No more risking serious infections or stuffing yourself with expensive painkillers, hoping the pulsating tooth agony will let you breathe for just 1 second. Never having to cover your mouth or feel embarrassed. Never having to see your friends or colleagues take a step back when you talk to them. And never having to see your spouse or kids turn their heads away when you want to kiss or hug them. Instead, you can become one of those people with a rock-solid confidence because you'll finally have that Hollywood smile. White, clean, and gleaming with health. And you'll never have to set foot in a dental office again. Once you see the groundbreaking science behind this inexpensive solution for yourself, I'm sure that you'll be excited to give it a try. Because in the next 5 minutes, I'll reveal why our ancestors 12,000 years ago, despite never brushing their teeth or going to the dentist, had better teeth than ours. I'll also tell you about the #1 hidden gum and teeth destroyer most people and even dentists actually consider to be the best discovery for teeth. And the 5-second home warning test to check if this culprit is behind your oral health problems. You'll then learn if it's also responsible for your clogged sinuses, headaches, brain fog, or even extra pounds. As recent medical tests have found that this teeth poison is present in 98% of overweight people. Moreover, I'll let you know the scientifically proven sweet chew remedy that could erase years of damage done to your oral cavity. As I said, my name is Dr. Oliver Berger. I've been a board-certified gastroenterologist for over 37 years, with extensive experience in esophagus and stomach surgery. The fact that I am not a dentist is exactly why I have the answers that most dental specialists don't. My decades of experience with the gut led me to discovering the root cause of decaying teeth, while most dentists still recommend the same old tired solutions. I'll explain shortly. I graduated from the University of Southern California and completed my internship in general surgery. I earned a few awards in 2017, 2020, and 2023, including the Charles D. Kokian Award in Nutrition and the title of Chief Resident. Everything I did with one dream in mind: to really make a difference. Only this dream came crashing down when I realized that what I'd been taught in medical school only treated symptoms and never got to the root cause. People were just bodies. Their pains were just indicators. They were forgotten the minute they went out the door. They were getting pills and expensive surgeries while their lives and overall health were being overlooked. No one ever wondered where their disorders really came from. I mean, if medicine is advancing, why are there more sick people than ever? My frustration grew, especially when I saw some of my colleagues blindly prescribing the same chemical medications for different people with different needs and not thinking twice about it. So I decided I couldn't continue like that. That's when my practice took a more holistic and natural approach. I worked obsessively to understand how plants, herbs, and organic ingredients work as solutions for my patients' individual problems. Since then, I've been able to help thousands of people around the world, and I can tell you, at the end of the day, I was very proud of what I was doing. Everything changed when I met Thomas Charles, probably the oddest case I'd come across in my entire career. He was 56 years old, a husband, a father, and a grandfather of twin girls. Throughout his entire life, he had been the glue to his family and group of friends, hosting barbecues, parties, and card nights, making everyone laugh to tears and turning every frown upside down. All of that came crashing down when his health inexplicably went downhill. The reason he came to see me was that he had acid reflux that burned his throat day and night for over 3 years. I was the 11th specialist he had visited, and I could see he was on the brink of giving up. It was no wonder he had barely any fight left in him, because he also suffered from allergies that kept his sinuses clogged, and he had to struggle for every breath. However, the thing that shocked me the most was his gums. It was the worst form of gum disease I had ever seen in my life. His breath was so bad that my eyes teared up during the consultation. So bad that he could no longer eat at the same table with his family because he could see how they were choking on their food if he opened his mouth to grab a bite. So bad that his granddaughters were no longer jumping into his arms and always turning their heads around if he got closer. No wonder he was depressed. How could he not be? One of his teeth was loose, and he feared that he would lose it every time he chewed. That's why he mostly ate purees. His worst nightmare was that he would choke on it while sleeping, as he also suffered from teeth grinding. If that happened, who would even help him? His wife was sleeping in a different room because of his bad breath and loud snoring. Frankly, his gums were so damaged that there was little chance they could support implants or dentures. He had tried the most expensive dental treatments, but nothing worked. Plus, he suffered from headaches and brain fog. He thought these were caused by his severe nighttime teeth grinding, but I doubted it. Every time he asked for a stronger pill from the doctors to manage his tooth pain, they looked at him like he was a junkie. He felt so isolated from everyone in his life, and he spent day after day in pain, agony, and despair. The worst part? Most doctors saw him as an over-complaining patient that didn't have any real problems. I mean, after all, it was just bad gums and some stomach issues. It was not like he needed a new kidney. But I could see his anguish, and it broke my heart. That's why I decided I would do everything in my power to help him. It wasn't going to be easy. This man was a walking puzzle. None of his parents or grandparents had ever suffered from gum disease. This was very intriguing, as it meant it wasn't genetic. What was even more dumbfounding was the fact that all his blood and allergy tests came back clean. Even his endoscopy was nothing to worry about. How could that be? I kept thinking about this oddity every waking moment until I noticed something. The acid reflux, allergic reactions, and brain fog had all appeared after his gums started bleeding. This made me wonder, were the dental problems actually the trigger of all his health issues? I spent night after night, bent over every study or article I could find, over every news and every footnote. I didn't seem to come across anything good, but my intuition kept nudging me forward. I was certain there was something that would explain all of these seemingly unrelated symptoms he was experiencing. Even so, after not finding anything helpful for 4 whole weeks, I was on the verge of giving up. But how could I look Thomas in the eye and tell him there was nothing I could do? I had to keep going. And thank God I did, because soon enough, the solution came from the least expected place. During one of our consultations, Thomas pulled out a picture he had taken from a newspaper article. Look, Doc, they've dug up 34 prehistoric skeletons. Just look at their teeth. Their teeth are 12,000 years old, and all of them look way better than mine. Those bastards never touched a toothbrush in their whole life. Jokes aside, he was right. Every time historians did archaeological digs, the skulls always had full sets of teeth, even though dental hygiene was non-existent back then. That's when it suddenly hit me. How come teeth can be in such good condition after hundreds of years outside the mouth in mud and dirt, but when they're still inside the mouth, they get ruined by chocolate? And how come our ancestors' teeth were so much better than ours, even though they had no idea about dental health? I had a hunch I was onto something, so I went back to the drawing board. What I knew was this. 1. Our ancestors, despite not brushing their teeth with toothpaste or going to the dentist, had better teeth than ours. 2. A tooth can stay in pristine conditions for thousands of years outside the mouth, but inside our mouth, it gets stained by coffee. 3. Most probably, at one point, modern people took a wrong turn when it came to dental care, something that's making our teeth more frail than ever. What was that wrong turn? It might surprise you to know that it has nothing to do with sugar. In fact, I came across a little-known study that flips on its head everything dentists claim about gum disease. A study that sheds light on what exactly is eating at your gums and teeth as we speak. Listen, you've probably been told that bad bacteria is to blame for all dental diseases, and that you need to take antibiotics, go through annoying scaling, and disinfect as much as you can to keep your mouth clean. However, about 2 years ago, scientists found out that bad bacteria is not the real root cause of gum disease. Gum disease and other dental disorders happen not when there are too many bad bacteria, but when there are too few good bacteria. You probably know all about the gut flora or gut microbiome. It refers to all the bacteria, good and bad, that live inside the intestines. Imagine it like a constant war between the police and thugs. The thugs, the bad bacteria, are always trying to make a mess of everything, while the good cops try to keep order and control. Still, they can't do that effectively if they're outnumbered, so the more good bacteria strains you have, the better your digestion. It's the same with the mouth flora or mouth microbiome. The moment this idea got out, it started a serious fight between scientists and dentists from all over the world. It divided them into 2 camps. One who say you need fewer bad bacteria. One who say you need more good bacteria. One camp says that the bad germs are what we need to worry about, and that we need to find ways to kill them off. This, of course, involves repeated visits to the doctor, pills, and a pile of dental care products. I think there's probably no need for me to mention this idea was supported by dentists. On the other hand, the other camp argues that if the mouth environment is well and balanced, then the germs that are a natural part of life in the environment will be dealt with by the body without causing sickness. And this environment is created only by good bacteria. In fact, the Journal of the American Dental Association, JADA, declared that in the case of periodontal disease, there is not one specific bad bacteria that causes it. Instead, it's all about how strong the community of good bacteria is when germs or viruses attack. Even if you were to exterminate all the bad germs, if there are no good bacteria to rebuild and nourish your gums and teeth to keep them safe, it's all in vain. If you had these good bacteria in your mouth to begin with, any microbes or germs wouldn't have stood a chance. Plus, let me tell you this, whoever promises you that they will get rid of bad bacteria or germs completely is lying. Maybe this can be done temporarily, but we are human beings. We eat foods from the market, we socialize, we travel. We cannot live in completely sterile bubbles all our lives. Eventually, these germs will come back again. That's why evolution equipped us with good bacteria. And that's why a healthy mouth should have diverse and numerous good bacteria strains. They should be on the tongue, the hard palate, the teeth, the area around the tooth surfaces, above the gums and below the gums. Something that almost no doctor will tell you is that the oral bacteria affects not only your teeth and gums, but also your overall health. Actually, every time you swallow, you're seeding your gastrointestinal tract with bacteria, fungi, and viruses from grains. Your bloodstream is also a convenient form of transport. Each time you chew, brush, or floss, bad germs get pushed into small vessels in your gums. As oral bacteria breaks into the bloodstream, it can travel to organs throughout the body, including the brain. According to a new study published in Nature, it's the very things that promise to save you from it. Dental products and procedures. Our teeth are constantly under the attack of dental care chemicals. For example, let's take the most popular dental care product, toothpaste. Did you know a lot of toothpaste brands are detergent-based? That's right. These toothpastes remove grime from your teeth using the same aggressive procedures that bleach uses to remove stains from your white t-shirt. Sure, the stain is removed, but the fabric is weakened. Would you go into your laundry room and drink bleach? Of course not. Well, surprise! If you use commercial toothpastes, that's exactly what you're putting in your mouth, and it's destroying your teeth. Dozens of studies have proved it, but they've been ignored or buried by corporate lawyers in an effort to protect profits. Do yourself a favor. Never use products that contain one or more of the following ingredients: sodium lauryl sulfate, SLS, sodium fluoride, triclosan, artificial sweeteners and color dyes, DEA, and microbeads. The good bacteria are always trying to repopulate, but using these oral care products is like pouring bleach in your garden and expecting nice plants to grow there. The good bacteria just never grows back. Sometimes one bacteria strain might grow, sometimes another, sometimes a third. The problem is, healing bacteria strains can't grow all at the same time for several months in a row in order to create a varied flora for your gums and teeth. If that wasn't enough, some toothpastes use abrasives to be effective. The abrasives used, such as hydrated silica, are too rough. These ingredients can strip away the enamel, creating sensitivity and gum recession. Don't rely on your mouthwash either, especially if it contains alcohol. In fact, honest dentists don't even recommend mouthwash as part of a daily dental routine because many brands have an active ingredient called chlorhexidine that wipes out beneficial microbes. A 2020 study showed that healthy people who rinsed with chlorhexidine mouthwash experienced more acidity in the mouth and were more inclined to higher blood pressure. Considering all these, the immune system of your mouth, the oral flora, is almost non-existent. The result? You get cavities, inflamed gums, bad breath, and eventually lose your teeth. So, what can you do? Should you stop brushing your teeth and never touch toothpaste or mouthwash again? Certainly not. Toothpaste has its undeniable benefits. It helps remove part of the plaque and bacterial buildup on teeth. If you use natural toothpaste, one that does not contain chemical ingredients, the damage to the good bacteria is minimal. Still, even if you choose the best non-invasive dental products starting today, the bacteria strains are still incredibly weakened and need time to recover. Remember, the good bacteria strains have been weakened over the course of decades, so much so that they are now dormant, barely moving. This means that unless you kickstart them again, they won't have the power to come back. And I'm going to tell you the only method that can completely rebuild the mouth microbiome. Listen, if you're still in doubt whether you lack good oral bacteria, all you have to do is answer these questions. First question. Have you ever woken up with a dry mouth or drooling on the pillow, or a stuffy nose and a dry throat? And the second question. Do you also have digestive issues like bloating or IBS? Or are you also dealing with allergies and headaches? If you answered yes at least once, this is proof that your oral microbiome is out of balance, and your gums, teeth, and the rest of your body are constantly under attack with very little protection. I mean, just imagine toxic chemicals corroding your teeth, burning your gums while destroying every single strain of bacteria, allowing germs and viruses to multiply by thousands every second and crawl up your nose and down your throat, causing inflammation, irritation, and pain, affecting your brain and digestion, leaving you prone to allergies. I know this is a pretty intense image, but it's important that you see and feel exactly what's happening at this very moment to your gums and to your entire body. Once you do, the solution becomes clear as daylight. I know that's a big thing to say, but I'll prove to you this very moment how true it is. What you need to do is repopulate your mouth with good bacteria and create a healthy environment for those thousands of diverse, healing strains to grow. The moment this chemical attack on your teeth and gums stops, the regrowing and rejuvenation process can begin. Your gums will stop bleeding. They'll regain their pink color and firmly reattach to your teeth. Every tooth will be cleared of cavities and stains, becoming whiter. Plus, remember, every time you swallow, you're seeding your gastrointestinal tract with over 140 billion bacteria and fungi per day. Sending good bacteria down the intestinal or respiratory tract will improve your overall health as well. You'll breathe better, clear your throat more easily, unblock your sinuses, and free yourself from allergies and headaches. You'll get a restful sleep, feel more relaxed, and enjoy a better digestion, and even lose some weight. In short, you will become the best version of yourself. In theory, it makes a lot of sense, right? Now, how exactly do we do that? The first thing one might think of is to take probiotics. The only thing is, not all probiotics are the same, and not all probiotics are good for all diseases. Just like you cannot take the same pill for a toothache and bad digestion, the probiotics that you usually find on the market are mostly designed for the gut. When it comes to the teeth, you need completely different strains of bacteria. Let's say you do find probiotics for teeth. Unfortunately, most of the time, a lot of strains in your supplements are already dead because of poor packaging and handling, meaning you're ingesting mostly dead bacteria that have no effect whatsoever. Then, studies show that 96% of the remaining live probiotics are being killed by your saliva and stomach acid. Last but not least, you take a probiotic pill that goes directly to your stomach. And then what should you do? Hope that the rest of the bacteria that were not destroyed by stomach juices should find a way to climb back up to your mouth again? For me at least, prescribing Thomas some random probiotic that might or might not be what his gums and teeth needed just wasn't an option. I realized that the only way I'd know for sure that there's an oral bacteria strain formulation that worked as powerfully as the studies indicated was for me to be the first one to create it. This formula had to be reintroduced only to the most potent strains of probiotics to rebuild the mouth microbiome and stop the erratic growth of viruses, fungi, and germs all at once. It had to help the mouth produce more saliva, which is like giving flowers the water they need. In turn, this had to clear the damaging effects of dental care products and antibiotics. And once the microbiome of the mouth is restored, teeth and gums have the perfect environment to repair themselves. So I gathered a team of medical researchers and chemists that would help me find the exact bacteria strains that would do just that. After months of testing, they came up with 5 breakthrough strains that had repeatedly proven their amazing ability to crush periodontitis in dozens of clinical trials. And I'm going to tell you what those ingredients are, how they work, and how easy it is for you to get them today. The first one is Lactobacillus reuteri, or as we call it, the fireman. It extinguishes inflammation and stops the damage done by toxins. This amazing strain can produce antimicrobial molecules that inhibit the reproduction of any bad bacteria by a whopping 86%, according to the scientists from Sao Paulo State University. This bacteria is so potent that it's considered a medical wonder. Even when it's dead, it can increase the healing time by 46%. Over 220 clinical studies with L. reuteri strains have been performed on 19,000 people of all ages. Positive results were shown for oral health and several gastrointestinal disorders. So many positive tests are almost unheard of in the scientific world. Now, as exciting as L. reuteri is, the next ingredient we found is even more powerful. I'm talking about Lactobacillus paracasei. It's a tough special agent. It starts the recovery process by clearing your mouth of Streptococcus mutans, the main bacteria that causes tooth decay. Streptococcus mutans bind your teeth and convert any sugar you eat into acid. This acid, combined with the chemicals from the dental care products, corrode your gums day and night. It's not a pretty sight. L. paracasei mercilessly wipes them out, stopping their spread while clearing out any harmful toxins as well. In fact, due to its ability to prevent cavities and gingivitis and substantially reduce bad breath, some researchers believe this probiotic could be more effective than traditional methods, such as brushing your teeth and eating a low-sugar diet. L. paracasei also reduces allergy effects and suppresses airway inflammation. Moreover, at least 5 clinical studies have demonstrated that it causes significant improvements in allergic rhinitis. After stopping the spread of harmful bacteria and toxins and deeply cleaning the entire oral cavity, we needed to rebuild the teeth and gums. When we found Bifidobacterium lactis, we were thrilled because it meant we could really help millions of people transform their smile. Bifidobacterium lactis is a strain that has been called the Mary Poppins of probiotics because it's incredibly nurturing. It speeds up the absorption of vitamins and minerals, allowing nutrients to enter the cells for more strength and rejuvenation. Bifidobacterium lactis also significantly enhances gum pocket closure, helping with the reattachment of gums and therefore strengthening loose teeth. During medical experiments, this super strain reduced periodontal inflammation and tooth bone loss. Quite impressive, right? Let's move to the most unique bacteria that we've discovered, Salivarius A2. It's so special because it was developed by a group of scientists from New Zealand, specifically to help support and maintain the immune system health of the oral cavity, ear, nose, and throat. Studies have indicated its incredible immediate efficiency. This strain can fight long-term against any future toxins, chemicals, and germs you might come into contact with. This is like getting a 24/7 bodyguard for your gums and teeth. We were extremely excited when we managed to add another little-known strain called Salivarius B to our formula. Have you ever wondered how so many people have naturally white teeth no matter what they drink or eat? Well, as it turns out, they're born with these less common bacteria in their system, Salivarius B. Salivarius B has the rare ability to prevent and even remove tooth staining while keeping plaque at bay. Imagine you have a troupe of professional teeth cleaners always at your disposal. Wouldn't that be great? Finding a way to make Salivarius B accessible for anyone, no matter their genetics, was a huge step forward for us. And after cleaning the teeth and gums of toxins, bad bacteria, strains, and rebuilding everything in a nourishing, protective environment, there was one more thing we needed to take care of: making sure the balance of the mouth flora is never disrupted again. That's why we added B-lactis BL04, a strain specifically designed to support the balance of gut and mouth bacteria, even during and after aggressive antibiotics treatments. Additionally, these probiotics fully support the respiratory tract and the immune system. During trials, they showed a significant reduction in the body mass index of subjects, as well as in the levels of bad cholesterol. In total, there were 3.8 billion bacteria ready to save Thomas from his life of disease. However, we couldn't go forward with our formula without adding inulin, a prebiotic that acts like Gatorade for a football player. It feeds and empowers the bacteria strains and increases their number in as little as 3 to 4 days. We also couldn't exclude strawberries, which contain the tooth-whitening enzyme called malic acid. It does wonders for your smile without the harmful chemicals and high cost of formal dental work. One ingredient we also thought essential was dicalcium phosphate, a superior form of the mineral calcium. Your body can't tell the difference between dicalcium phosphate and real teeth, which means it immediately puts it to work to create a layer that reduces tooth sensitivity. Ultimately, we mixed peppermint to cool off inflammation and soothe tooth pain, and spearmint for fresh breath. After we had finally gathered all these strains, plants, and minerals together, we realized one more thing: that putting them in a pill that would have gone directly to the stomach after barely touching the mouth would have compromised all their properties and all our hard work. You see, good bacteria become activated and fully metabolically active only when they come in contact with saliva. This way, they colonize faster and overcome the rapid spread of chemicals and germs. That's when we decided the gum healing recipe should come in the form of a unique mineral probiotic chew that melts in your mouth. This soft, sugar-free probiotic chew is a one-of-a-kind dental candy, specifically designed to trigger and increase the production of salivary glands through its sweet taste and minerals, fuel the saliva with multiplying probiotics, help all ingredients reach every single corner of the mouth in record time. When used for more than 3 months, it transforms your saliva into a powerful elixir that cleans, nourishes, and infuses your gums and teeth with good bacteria 24/7 for a bulletproof smile. Letting one sweet mineral probiotic tablet melt in your mouth for a couple of minutes is enough to have a great impact. You can use it in the morning, right after brushing. This way, the bacteria strains activate the second they reach the mouth, where conditions are moist and warm. The longer you let it melt in your mouth before swallowing, the more effective it will be, especially if you put it under your tongue for a few seconds first. Of course, you can also treat it as you would do a soft candy and just suck on it or chew it until it's gone. That still guarantees you maximum effects. Don't worry, even though it's sugar-free, it still has a pleasant strawberry taste. We were extremely proud of the work we had done up to that point, but the hardest part was just beginning. It took months of planning, negotiation, and logistics to put it all together. Luckily, I was able to lean on my background in medicine and all of my connections with some of the best manufacturers in the world. So after several months of working until dawn to test every possible interaction between the formula compounds and the saliva, and after making sure we got the right quantities and the most effective combination of compounds, what my team and I consider to be the most powerful gum and teeth restoring solution in the world finally saw the light of day in one small but extremely promising batch. That all sounds good, but what are the actual results, you might wonder? Of course, the first person to try it was Thomas. All he had to do was put one sweet probiotic tablet under his tongue, let it melt for a few seconds, then slowly chew on it until it dissolved completely. This took only a couple of minutes every morning. Even with his bad teeth and gums, he could still do it easily. After the first few days, he didn't really feel much, and we were all a bit discouraged, I'm not gonna lie. But after a few short weeks, when he woke up in the morning, Thomas could feel something had changed. He called us to say that for the first time in years, he wasn't spitting blood, not even a pinkish shade in the toothpaste. Then 1 week after another, we would receive what we called miracle messages, telling us how part of his plaque had disappeared, how his teeth looked whiter, and how stunned he was when he gently tried pushing and pulling on his loose tooth and discovered that it was cemented back and strong. His gum pockets had disappeared, and he could finally smile with all his teeth again when he met people. One of the best messages we got was after 3.5 months. He told us his breath didn't smell like rotten eggs anymore. In fact, his wife had just kissed him, just like in the good old days. Moreover, his acid reflux was gone, and he could feel his sinuses clearing up. He could breathe freely, sleep like a baby, and his brain fog was fading away. As he put it, "Doc, I'm walking around without a care in the world, showing off my Hollywood pearly whites, getting compliments from friends and family on how fresh I look. It's just the best." As it worked so well on Thomas, we tested the formula on 17 other patients, and each one of their texts felt like unwrapping a Christmas present. Their teeth weren't looking yellow and cracked, so they weren't afraid to date or meet new people anymore. Their gums didn't feel itchy or inflamed, so they could drink their cold soda or eat their popcorn with no problems. They didn't have to pop pain pills anymore, as the pulsating pain was gone. All of them could breathe more easily, sleep better, and their digestion had improved. Since each weekly report exceeded even our wildest dreams, it was clear to us that we couldn't keep this life-saving treatment all to ourselves. We had to make it available to as many people as possible. We called our Advanced Soft Probiotic Suite Gum Active, the only 100% natural, doctor-formulated health solution that addresses the root cause of gum disease, cavities, and tooth decay, the poor oral flora caused by dental products chemicals. Just let one soft tablet melt in your mouth after brushing in the morning and let the science do the rest. Fill in receding gums, soothe inflamed gums and stop the bleeding, wipe away toothaches and cement cracking teeth. Get rid of bad breath, yellow teeth, and cavities so you can finally smile with all your heart and show off your pearly whites with unbreakable confidence. There's nothing else on the market like it. It contains 5 powerful strains totaling 3.8 million healing bacteria and 5 extra strong ingredients supported by multiple clinical studies. Every single soft, sugar-free, and fast-melting probiotic chew is manufactured in the USA in our FDA-approved and GMP-certified facility under sterile, strict, and precise standards. We regularly disinfect the equipment used to process the ingredients and package our bottles. Our dental formula is non-GMO and safe. It does not contain any dangerous stimulants or toxins, and it's not habit-forming. Since its release, it has provided relief for more than 170,000 people. People like Mary S. from Santa Ana, California.
My teeth and gums look so good. I'm not spitting blood when I brush. I'm not grinding my teeth, and I'm not spending any more money at the dentist. How awesome is that?
Sandra K. from Houston, Texas.
I still can't believe that all I had to do to get rid of all my gum issues and yellow teeth was to chew on a piece of gum. What makes me even happier is that I got rid of my sinusitis. I feel like an entirely new person. It's amazing.
And Jack D. from Newark, New Jersey.
This method is just incredible. It's easy as pie, no pain, and I'm pretty sure I saved thousands of dollars in dental bills. I was so lucky to come across it, especially since I also got rid of my blocked nose and apnea. I can sleep and breathe better. It's truly a blessing.
Now, I'm guessing that you're probably ready to try this state-of-the-art solution for yourself, and you should be. Gum Active is the first scientifically backed sweet probiotic mineral chew that allows you to stop gum bleeding and tooth decay ultra-fast. So, with all that in mind, let's talk about how you can get this sweet probiotic chew today. First, you need to know that we absolutely refuse to cut any corners. You are always guaranteed a premium, unique product that is clinically tested and proven to work. We've never spared any expense when it came to formulating it, and there are only a couple of laboratories in the world that can work with probiotic strains with such precision and care that they keep the good guys alive and strong so they can do their job and rebuild your smile. The bottom line is, quality like this doesn't come cheap. However, when you compare the price of this sweet mineral probiotic chew with dozens of formulations containing outdated generic formulas that are barely of any help, and given the lack of real solutions for gum and tooth conditions, we could easily offer this at a very high price. And considering the results our customers have seen without having to go through any painful dental work, most of them said they would pay it without even blinking. Think about it. How much would you be willing to invest to keep your gums and teeth strong and pain-free every single day? No more bleeding, no more foul breath, no more cavities, and best of all, never having to climb into that sickening dentist's chair. What would you be willing to spend if you were 100% sure this formula would do wonders for you? $300, $500, $700? You know what? It's far from me to put a price on your health or on the peace of mind that being free from gum disease brings. That's why I thought that in order to make it affordable for most people, but also cover the ingredients costs and at least part of the research time that my team and I have invested, the retail value of the product should be at $175. Honestly, this is a steal, considering what these sweet probiotic chews can do. However, our goal has always been to put it into the hands of as many people in need as possible. That's why we decided to cut the middleman, and instead of selling it in stores, make it available only online, and pass the savings on to you. This means you don't need to invest $170 to transform your gums and teeth, nor $150, nor $120. All we want is to cover the costs of the ingredients and keep this site running for as long as possible. Even though I'll have to charge $99 for one bottle soon, considering the ingredients prices are rising because supply chains are very fragile nowadays. And even though $99 for one bottle is surely a lot less than a visit to the dentist would cost, today, only on this website, you can get your very own 30-day supply of Gum Active for a one-time, 100% risk-free investment of $69. That's right, just $69. And as I'm so grateful that you've made it this far into the presentation, which means you're serious about your health, if you order a 3 or 6 month package, you'll get an even bigger discount. And additional bonuses. Here's why. While many of our patients experience noticeable changes in as little as a couple of weeks, the real magic happens when you take this amazing chew for at least 90 days. We've seen the effects of Gum Active on a lot of people. That's why I recommend you use one soft, sweet probiotic chew per day for at least 90 days, just to make 100% sure there's not a single trace of chemicals or bad bacteria left in your gum pockets, mouth, or body. It's important that you take one tablet every single day, because missing just one day might lead to the immediate death of all the good guys that you built up. That means you could lose all the progress you've made up to that point. The Army needs to stay strong for longer than 3 months before they can fully take over all the bad bacteria that have made your mouth their home. Honestly, I cannot estimate exactly how many chemicals have accumulated at this point, nor how many toxins are blocked inside the gum pockets, eating at your teeth. This depends on many factors, like the strength of your mouth flora or immune system, or what dental products you've used by now. But especially if you're over 35 years old or your gums are bleeding on a weekly basis, I recommend you take this formula for at least 3 to 6 months. Yes, 3 bottles will stop the bleeding and inflammation, revive the good bacteria, and clear your teeth of toxins while strengthening your gums and start filling in those pockets and cracks. My question is, do you want to turn back the clock on your teeth and make sure you never have dental health issues again? Do you want that complete transformation that makes everyone ask themselves, how do they do it? If you want to cement your roots, fully rebuild your gums, and whiten your smile while making sure you're completely protected from tooth pain, bad breath, or future oral issues, 6 bottles are all you need. The healing bacteria strains and ingredients of this sweet mineral chew build up in your oral cavity and body, clearing everything of chemicals and germs, continuously nurturing and rebuilding your gums and teeth. This means the longer you take Gum Active, the better you feel. The fewer chemicals and bad bacteria there are to clear, and the more your mouth flora will develop. Your progress improves exponentially every single day. And it would be a shame to be so close to never having to deal with tooth decay or gum bleeding ever again, just to notice you're out of this dental formula and risk compromising or slowing down your entire progress, while having to wait maybe months for a new batch of these rare, sweet probiotic chews to be available again. And when they finally are, if we manage to get all the ingredients again, that is, you might realize that the price has doubled. While today, you can get our 3 and 6 month packages at an incredibly steep discount. It even comes with free shipping. You won't spend a dime to get your delivery. If you're skeptical, we totally understand. You've tried a lot of methods, you've spent a lot of money, went through so much pain, and nothing worked. I'm so confident that it works that I'm going to give you our ironclad 60-day money-back guarantee. If you don't experience any dramatic improvement, or you're not content for any reason whatsoever, we will promptly issue a full, hassle-free refund, no questions asked. You can even send back the empty bottles and we'll still refund your money. Just get in touch with our friendly customer support staff and they'll be happy to assist you. The contact information is right on the bottle. This means you have 2 whole months to decide whether this dental formula is for you or not. So why not choose the biggest package risk-free? Your order today is a one-time payment with no subscription or hidden charges. Just choose the package you want below. Once you click on your chosen package, you'll be taken to a secure checkout page. Just fill in your payment details using a credit card, debit card, or PayPal. After that, we'll quickly send you your order in a discreet package for maximum privacy. And that's not all. If you're smart and order the 3 or 6 month supply, you'll also get 2 bonus online guides worth $109 as an absolute free bonus. Number 1. Celebrity Smile at Home. In this guide, I will reveal a simple 10-second method that you can use right now to make your teeth sparkling white before going out. A little-known 10-second brushing trick that Hollywood stars use every day to get rid of tooth discoloration fast and easily. An odd ritual that will get rid of tooth sensitivity so you can enjoy cold and hot foods without worry. The next bonus is the healthiest kiss. How to get rid of oral herpes over the weekend with an ice and oil hack, and make sure it won't ever bother you again. how to treat canker sores and ulcers by using 2 foods that you already have in your kitchen, how to wipe out candida by enjoying an incredibly tasty and easy-to-make soup, as well as the one fruit that helps you say goodbye to mouth dryness. I can't wait for you to read them. As I said, once you invest in 3 or 6 bottles, you'll get the 2 bonus online guides worth $109 absolutely free. You'll gain access to them the second you place your order. That's how confident we are that you'll love what this sweet probiotic chew has in store for you. Now, maybe you have a large family, or maybe you've been dealing with gum disease for a long time, or maybe you just like to be prepared. That's why more and more of our customers are choosing to invest in the larger pack of 6 bottles, which saves them no less than $120 and gives them 2 free bonuses worth $109. You should also know that our special bottling keeps the ingredients fresh on your shelf for at least 2 years. Due to the extremely limited supply and high demand, most of our clients are choosing the 6-pack package, but I can't guarantee this offer will be available if you choose to leave this page and come back later. So don't hesitate to stock up today for maximum savings. Please know that you won't find us in any other stores. The only place you can order this gum healing and teeth protecting formula is right here on this page, and the page will only be up for as long as we have remaining stock. Again, this offer is in extremely high demand. Do not delay. It can take us from 6 to 9 months to produce a new batch, as we're willing to accept only the purest ingredients. Otherwise, its efficiency would be compromised. Searching for and sourcing the most potent ingredients around the world delays things considerably. Next, we ask a third-party lab to test the purity of each ingredient to ensure you get the highest quality so that the bacteria strains are alive and kicking and actually do their best work. Finally, they're released to our contract manufacturer here in the USA for bottling. We don't receive the batch in our warehouse until the formula passes all tests. That's a lot of steps that involve a lot of people. However, with everything going on in the world right now, our distribution faces a lot of challenges. And with rising demand, we will soon be out of stock. If you decide not to try it today, I can't promise it will be available later. Think about it. Right as you're watching this video, thousands of people across the country are rediscovering what it's like to have strong, healthy gums and teeth, happy to enjoy a pain-free life again without feeling embarrassed when they open their mouth. No wonder they keep asking us for more bottles for them and for their dear ones. That's why while this sweet mineral probiotic chew is still available, if you're still on the fence, I urge you not to wait. When you click the button below, don't forget the multi-bottle packages. Make sure you have the rare sweet probiotic chews on hand for the next several months. And don't risk running out just when you enjoy its amazing results the most. Remember, this dental formula has to do everything I said it would and even more, or I insist you send back the bottles, even if they're all empty, for a prompt and friendly refund. As you are protected by our 60-day full money-back guarantee, I want to offer you a sincere thank you for watching my presentation and congratulate you for taking what I think is a gigantic step towards a life without suffering. If you're still thinking about it, I just want to ask you to take a second and imagine what awaits you if you don't choose this dental solution today. You might decide to spend more time and money looking for various options. This might take weeks or even months. In the meantime, your gums will keep bleeding and receding more and more, to the point where they're too damaged and weak to even hold implants. Or maybe you believe the problem will go away by itself. Sadly, I've never seen such a case. Quite the opposite. The more you leave your gum disease untreated, the faster it dissolves the bones and tissues, rotting your teeth and embarrassing you everywhere you go. Or you can risk nothing at all today. Grab Gum Active right now and get the peace of mind you deserve. Smile, eat, talk to others without worries. Never fear the dentist or those huge medical bills ever again. Just click below to make your choice. Enter your payment details on our secure order form and place the order now. We'll immediately ship your bottles directly to your home. Every order comes with free shipping, no matter where you live, while the 3 and 6 bottle packages also come with 2 free bonuses. I can't wait for you to experience every single benefit that this sweet probiotic chew has to offer. Still watching? Great. Ever since we released this breakthrough formula, we received a lot of messages from people emailing in and asking different questions. So I'm going to answer a few of the most common questions I get. I want to make sure you feel 100% comfortable with your decision to order today. The first question is from Alex from Iowa. How and why does this dental formula work? We've always been told that bad bacteria are to blame for all dental diseases, but upon closer study, scientists have realized that the real root cause of gum disease is a lack of good bacteria. The population of good bacteria is destroyed by common dental products that contain toxic ingredients. This explains why teeth can look good and healthy for thousands of years outside of the mouth, while in our mouth, they get ruined by plain chocolate. In order to rebuild your teeth and gums, you need to repopulate your mouth with good bacteria and provide a healthy environment for the strains to grow in. This is a doctor-formulated mix that gathers 5 scientifically proven extra strong strains, combining a total of 3.5 billion good bacteria into one revolutionary chewing gum that targets the root cause of tooth and gum decay. Keep in mind that every time you swallow, you're seeding your gastrointestinal tract with bacteria, fungi, and viruses from your mouth, 140 billion per day to be exact. Sending good bacteria down the intestinal or respiratory tract will also improve your overall health. You might breathe better, clear your throat more easily, unblock your sinuses, and even free yourself from allergies and headaches. You should get a restful sleep, feel more relaxed, and enjoy better digestion. It has been proven by the experience of over 150,000 satisfied customers, like Alice Sachs, 57, from Riverside, California, who said, "This product is a true blessing. I can finally talk to people without having to cover my mouth." Or Thomas C., 51, from Durham, North Carolina, who wrote to us to say, "Thanks, Doc. Now I no longer have bad breath. I can start dating again." Of course, the only definitive way to know for sure how well it can work for you is to try it today, using the special no-risk offer that you can find only on this page. The next question comes from Carrie from Colorado, who wants to know, are there any side effects? Our dental formula has been designed for all ages and medical conditions. All its ingredients have been proven to be safe in clinical trials and are constantly tested for purity and to assure against toxins and contaminants. Moreover, these sweet probiotic chews are manufactured in an FDA-approved facility under sterile, strict, and precise standards. With more than 150,000 customers, we haven't seen any notable side effects. So we're confident in saying that this is one of the purest dental formulas you'll find on the market. As always, if you currently have a medical condition or you're taking other prescription medication, we advise you to show a bottle of this dental formula to your doctor before you take it, just to put your mind at ease. Johnny from New York asks, when and how should I take this dental formula? We recommend that you let 1 tablet melt under your tongue, or it works just as well if you slowly chew on it every morning for a powerful deep toxin cleanse that clears your entire body, gums, and teeth. Next, we have an email from Charlie from Texas who asks, what if it doesn't work for me? Could you tell me about the guarantee again? The more results we see, the stronger we believe this dental formula has the power to completely transform your gums and teeth. It's true, though, that nothing works for 100% of the people who try it, as each body works its own way. That's why every bottle comes with an ironclad 60-day money-back guarantee. And the last question is from Terry from Pennsylvania, who asks, how can I get started? It's very easy. Just click the button below now to go to our secure order checkout page. Enter your information and we'll immediately get to work shipping these revolutionary probiotic chews right to your doorstep. So all you have to do today is click below. Fill in your payment details on our secure order form and submit your order. I can't wait to hear your success story.